Hi, welcome to Woody's Modelling Diary with another Woody Wow. That's Woody's Words of Wisdom. Today we're talking about track underlay, and I'll just give you the benefits of my experiences, which may be of use to you if you're thinking of laying your track on some underlay for a future layout. What's the purpose of underlay? Well, there's two reasons for it. One, from a realism point of view, you'll find that on the real railways, the ballast is there to drain the track, make sure that water doesn't cause problems for subsidence or similar activities. So the ballast is usually slightly higher than the surrounding ground. So the underlay actually raises your track above your baseboard level, which enables you to model that shoulder of ballast, as they term it. And secondly, it provides a smooth surface on which you can lay your track. It does take up a little bit of the undulations which you can get in your baseboards. And I guess there is a third factor, which is it also acts as a bit of a sound deadener. If you've got a wooden baseboard, it can act like a drum if you've got several trains running around, and that underlay will absorb some of that sound. Not all of it, but it will at least take some of the noise away. So what can you use? Well, Hornby and Pico do their proprietary ballast foam inlays, where there's actually indents in the foam to put your sleepers, and you in effect just lay your track over the top of it. They've got special pieces for point work, and it looks reasonably realistic from a distance. The biggest downside of it is from the point of view of pinning your track down. If you pin your track down, you've got to be very careful because the foam hasn't really got any rigidity to it, so you can end up with undulating track, which is precisely what you don't want, and what the purpose of underlay is there for. And secondly, it will, after a few years, begin to degenerate, and probably after about 10 years, from my own experience, it just turns into dust, and you're left with really a job which involves a vacuum cleaner to hoover up the mess, and then how on earth do you deal with that afterwards? So if you're building a layout which is going to last some time, probably foam proprietary inlays are not the way to go. You can buy cork sheet. This is a roll of it. You can tell how long I've had it because it was £1.35 when I bought it. I guess that's probably a lot more now. Basically, you unroll it, cut it to the shape of the track that you want, glue it down, and then you can sand it to make sure it's really flat. It does work. It's a bit time consuming. You can also buy, and this is a product from, I think, Woodland Scenics, which is a foam sheet, and that does the job. It's good. I wouldn't have anything words against it, apart from the fact that it can be quite expensive to buy, especially if you're doing a large layout. So what I've come across over the years, and I've had some down on the layout for 20 years with no problems, is the stuff they use as a thermal underlay under laminate flooring, and that's a sheet of it. You can buy it from most of the DIY sheds. I think this particular one came from Wicks. You get 20 sheets for about £28, and I think that's just over 10 square metres, which if you're just putting it under the track, a pack of that will probably last you a lifetime worth of layouts, unless you're building something like Pete Waterman's layout. So what's the advantages of it? Well, price-wise, that's the biggest advantage of it. It does have several other advantages though. Firstly, from a point of view, it just in effect will cut quite easily, so there's no particular issues with trying to get it to fit your track layout. And the other thing that you can do with it, if you're putting your shoulder of ballast on, this is an ordinary emery board. I think Mrs. Woody's missing it for some time, but you can quite literally just file it and it will produce the shoulder 45 degrees or whatever shape you want. The advantages of it as well is it's gluable with PVA glue, and I'm just using a big bottle of PVA glue which I got from, I think, Pound Stretcher or something of that nature. It's in effect just lays down very, very easily, glues very, very easily, and it does the job. So there you go. That's my words of wisdom on track underlay. I hope that's been of use to you. This is unusually a short video for me, so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again. Bye.